What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome to Let's Play Cybernight's Flashpoint full release version. I'm your host, Phreak. I've played 600 hours during early access. We're going to be playing through on Chrome difficulty. I will do my best to record everything that goes into the run. It's probably going to be over 100 hours of recording by the end of it all. First episode, it's going to be fun. Let's start a new game. By the 23rd century, there were only 112 cities left. It's been 40 years since the ego collapse, 70 since we quantum bombed the last artificial consciousness to death. Now, world storms have settled, and to a record low. Wow, I'm already screwing up. And they tell us that peak nano fallout has passed. They say things will get better now. But who believes anything that comes from the megacorps? Anyone who can hope to afford a better life off-world is trying to get on an orbital, or out to the colonies. That's why we're all here, working the shadows as mercenaries. We want something better, too. We're just street-level operators, but not for much longer. You're about to get a Cybernight's quantum computer spliced into your spine. It's illegal, it's dangerous, and it will change everything. The Megacorps created Cyberknights as the first quantum-secure data couriers. Soon, the Corps adapted their cybernetic implants to fight the quiet wars of espionage, sabotage, and murder. These upgraded Cyberknight quantum riders offered unparalleled processing, coordination, and quantum warfare capabilities. But after a few decades, hundreds of knights had deserted or gone rogue. The Corps outlawed their kind and started hunting them. Surviving knights became the world's elite shadow operators for hire. You're about to get one of those implants. We are about to step up to a whole new game. If we build the right team and back the right power players, we could earn enough to buy a reset for the rest of our lives, Choppa. It won't be easy. Who knows what we might get mixed up in? Probably secrets the syndicates or megacorps would kill for. But this is our chance. Let's do this. So welcome to character creation. If you want a bigger rundown on character creation, feel free to check out other videos on my channel. I have an hour-and-a-half long rundown on Cyberknight character creation, as well as specifically how to possibly talent build them. I'm going to end up going for what I think is a unique and fun play style, which is Dockyard Smuggler. Going into primarily reaction tech. 6 reaction, 5 tech, 1 strength. You get 12 points to spend, max of 6 1 attribute. I am going to go ahead and take Cutthroat Fighter for significant critical strike chance and crit damage. And then I pick it pretty much every single time, but I'm a big fan of Ballistic Scope Processor. It's a really good sort of attribution group. I can go for Deep Wire and go faster instead. Any of these can be decent, but I'm going to go for a very, very gun-focused, high crit chance. Assault Rifle, generically very strong. Pistol, my favorite sidearm in the game. And then for Cybernetics, yeah, Display Link. Again, we're going to go for a crit-focused build. Opening talent spec for a Cyberknight is Look Ahead, Pre-Computed, and Security Scramble. You get points to spend when you actually get to your base, but either way, that'll be me. Ultimately, probably shouldn't do a default appearance, right? I didn't actually go and try to plan out what I wanted to do. So I'm not actually sure what I'm going to go for here. Let's throw some cybernetics on. I want better hair, probably. That seems cool. We'll take a ponytail. Let's switch the eye makeup. Let's go here. Sure, sounds good. And then let's get a new vest on. What do you want to wear? What looks good? I'm going to go with something like slightly upscale. I'm going to pretend like I'm suave. What are we feeling? This is kind of nice. I like this one. All right. We've got a suit. We've got a ponytail. I like this decently enough. That's going to be me. I don't like actually covering face details. You have all the options, though. I mean, maybe I can go for some glasses. I like the shades, actually. We're going to go for, like, amber, if possible. Kind of liking that. A little bit more red. Yeah, let's go here. All right, here's me. There we go. It's Viking. I mean, it's good that Viking and Sigurdsson is lined up. I don't think these were normally tied together, but it lined up pretty well. So let's go get our team. Dade was the only hacker during early access. Today is the first time Remy has been available. So Dade, totally reasonable. Matrix AP, ooh, and 20 IO. That's both these are really good. 2 armor and 10 matrix damage. Like, this is a very solid set of background traits and whatnot. You can see his overall tags here. But Remy, looking pretty great. So -1 tally for doing things. In absolutely phenomenal, incredible line right here. 10 AP, totally chill. Low health, got to keep that in mind that she's kind of weak in meat space with low health, but realistically, yeah, I'm a fan of getting stress resist. That's actually very, very useful. Here's her backgrounds and whatnot. Former ex-Zagala's, ex-corporate hacker, cool stuff here. Can't do legwork in Las Zagala's territory, good to know. Or in Jupiter Group territory, okay, fine. The fact that I'm getting low QSEC tally is actually a pretty big deal. That's, wow, that's actually a pretty solid line here. So we'll go for the default look here. Looks fine. There are 2 starting sneak characters. There's a Vanguard and an Agent EX. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Vanguard here. I've played both characters plenty. Ultimately, this seems fine to me. We'll probably go for a bit of a melee focus here at some point. So we'll pick up Emille. We already did our Cyber Knight. For the face, Blur is the only face during early access. So cunning, persuasion, and handling. Extra cunning and persuasion. You can see what the attributes actually do here. So the primary benefit's probably going to be, I mean, you can just kind of see what the attributes are for and what they do. It kind of tells you right now. I will say handling is obviously the, like, my team is stronger. Persuasion is very clearly the we get more money one. It's my first time interacting with Midnight and Haze here. So Midnight is the corrupted Milsec negotiator, has a lot more persuasion, so we get paid more. So this one doesn't level up, but this one does. So plus persuasion, plus handling. I will say, ultimately, these are not of huge, massive importance. These are just not the primary thing you really care about. But, you know, they share a passive tree or a talent tree. So the only differences are going to be these and the tags overall. They also come with different early contacts here. So Zyric is the owner of a Commonwealth Avenue gambling den called Hard Eights. You can see here that Blur knows Owen as well as B-Tuna. And then, yeah, he knows an obligation, owes an obligation to Firebird. She owes an obligation to B-Tuna. We have Haze here, another option here. Burnt out Corporate Prodigy. A lot of handling, which is cool. So she's going to give a lot of functional XP to the team, which is kind of nice, actually. XP is pretty good, to be honest. Honestly, I'm really liking most of the stat distribution here. I mean, persuasion and handling would be probably my 2 favorite attributes here. I mean, I like getting extra mission payment. I like getting extra XP and stress for the team. Of course, we're not going to pick Blur because that was already in early access. Let's see, who does she know? A corporate-only dance club, the Booty Wax, and then owes an obligation to an Arrowhead security officer. That's actually kind of interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go here. The reason being that these will both upgrade and give you more persuasion handling long-term with hype. So sure, we'll take Midnight here. Why not? Am I power gaming? Who knows? Who cares? We're just going to go for this. And then we're going to go ahead and pick the soldier of, you know, that we want. Most of my last Let's Plays have been running with Sid. Unfortunately, the War Machine is not in right now. They're going to be adding it in the next couple of days. So I'm going to leave myself with an agent that I can pretty easily respec out. And so since Sid already has an implant-focused class, not that that really matters, but I can't imagine using Gunslinger on War Machine. And also, it's going to eat up a cybernetic slot that I don't want to have to deal with. So we're going to go for Aitana here because she doesn't have minus melee accuracy. My understanding is War Machine is likely to have some benefits around using melee weapons. So we're going to go ahead and pick Aitana here. As far as the third slot here, if I guess one thing I could also consider is I quite like playing with August early on. I think his tools are very enjoyable, but I was considering saying playing with another melee character and being like, look, Zasha could also potentially spec into that. That's definitely one possibility. I'm not really sure. I didn't fully plan this out because I was expecting one of these slots to have a War Machine, and they told us pretty recently that wasn't available on day one. I haven't played a Zasha in a while. We'll go for this one here. So, we've got a Cybersword. Okay, cool. Here is us. Actually, I'm having second thoughts here. I want to go with H, so I have a security officer on my contact sheet. There's actually some minor value there. So I kind of want to do that. So we're going to run with Haze after all, even though stat distribution is very slightly worse when you start leveling up Corp Bravado. But, I mean, it shouldn't really be a big deal. So here is the opening squad. Great. So we have Null Deal now as the added today other potential storyline. So After you, the lead of a street-level mercenary company, mysteriously disappear, it is up to your team's face and friends to track you down. When the trail leads to a black site biolab clinic, things get dicey. It seems you've undergone some major spinal surgery and gained a Cyberknight Quantum Rider, elevating your squad to the power players in the process, or 2 power players in the process. Now, if only you could remember what that deal you cut is. So as far as difficulty, we're going to go for Chrome here to show you what kind of happens here on Chrome difficulty. It's an Iron Man save. If someone dies, they're permanently dead. There is no death resist, so if they run down to 0 HP, start bleeding out, and they get shot again, they're just dead. And if it's Cyberknight, it's game over. Game events go at normal speed. Security tally per turn +1. Most maps have 1 tally per turn. This is now 2. So passive security escalation is going to be twice as fast. Enemies are up power level. Matrix hosts are up power level times 1.3. It adds then multiplies. It's not PEMDAS. More health on monsters or enemies overall. Multiplicative, 10% less chance to win at legwork. 20% less money. Very low resistance to being shredded. And things cost 50% more. So this ends up being you have roughly half money. And the enemies are meaningfully more powerful than normal spacing. Let's make sure we click onto Chrome. There are no achievements or anything for difficulty. Play on whatever difficulty you want to play on. It's up to you. But it's Chrome. It's Null Deal. Let's go. I finally have something. Hope it's good. We're freaking out down here, Hayes. Viking's been missing for over a week. Where the hell did he go? Please tell me he isn't dead and getting spliced up for parts somewhere. I don't know yet, but I do have a clue to follow. You remember Tosca? That slimy fixer who wouldn't leave us alone last month? The one that was pushing that job out of our league? A street-level crew going up against a megacorp? No thanks. Yeah, we blew him off weeks ago, but he was pretty insistent. A little too insistent. I remember. Why do you think Tosca had something to do with this? Well, something I found at the safe house. I don't know why Viking kept it secret. We had a DNA crypt chat going on with the Fixer. I can't read the message, but I did get the timestamps. I think they met the night Viking disappeared. And once I had that, I got Remy to start digging. Then we found the building where they met. I picked Juan up on some street-level cams there. Did a little more digging. And we know the place is a front. Something else is going on under the building. Then whatever it takes, we go in, we get him. You all know Viking would come looking for any of us, no matter how jammed up we were. Oh, cool. That's new. Okay, I'm inside the facility. It's some kind of biolab. Chumbo, it stinks in here. What the hell is that smell? Why would Viking even agree to come to a place like this? I'm bringing others down the elevator now. Focus up. Making this work means sticking to the schedule, so stay patient. Let's do this right. We've got one shot to find Viking. It's your time to shine, Vanguard. Do what you do, and get those two into the main lab area without causing a ruckus. Hey, sorry to cut in, but as requested, I'm lurking in these elevator controls. This system is unmistakable Megacorp. Pretty sure McKellen, based on the Matrix iconography. What the heck does that mean, Megacorp? This slaughterhouse? Yeah, this isn't some criminal hideout, not by a long shot. This is a corporate black site. It's some off-the-books biolab. I know Tosca had some connections, but what works for McKellen? What would they even want with some street merc? This doesn't scan. Look, it doesn't matter now. Stick to the plan. Find Viking. That's the only way we'll get any answers. Take point, Emille. But if things get bad, we're going to need to move fast and start slicing. Alright, well, we can read gameplay stuff. We can use anticipation. We can use lure. We can use silence. We can use jam kit. Yes, indeed. Alrighty, so we've got our team. Emille's here in the corner. We've got, we've got some very real guards here. We can see where they're looking. The rest of the team is over there. We've got a laser gate blocking a loot box, and look, I love loot, so, you know, do want. Now, I'm going to predict, based on my knowledge of how they've built guard AI, this guy will probably stand here and look out this way the entire time, but I don't know for sure. Let's see what you're doing. You're going to walk up and then turn left, so I got to hide from you. We also have you, who I was right. I'm a genius. All right, so you can't see, right? Here's your vision cone. And so what I can do is simply sprint to get behind a box, no problem at all. I've got to get a bit farther to jam kit. And yeah, I can't turn off this camera or these laser wires on the first turn here. Can bypass the camera, obviously. This dude's over here. There's a terminal here that someone can access to figure out some info. But I know nothing else yet. Okay, so I don't want to wait for him to move. That would clearly be stupid. Let's get behind the boxes first. In fact, I want to get behind all the boxes and go... If I'm back here, am I safe? I'm pretty sure if I'm standing there, I'm safe. That box should block line of sight. We're going to take the risk, and if it goes badly, holy moly, are we already on the wrong foot? Yeah, cool. Let's have you go. I'm going to join with the team. Because I want to turn this laser gate off and get the loot, because I'm that greedy. End your turn. These two can wait, see what the guards do. So you're patrolling. I'm behind this box. Oh yeah, okay. So this would have been spicy, but that box was safe. And then, yeah, you're turning back and forth as expected. Okay, we now know turn 2. You're going to turn back. You're going to walk over that way and look over. So it's going to get a little time limited. Ultimately, Aitana also has very loud footsteps. It's going to be an 11-meter radius, which would be kind of rough. I'm going to put her up against this wall. Right, we know he's not going to see, and he's not going to see. Guard vision, basic guard vision, is 18 meters. So you can kind of do some predictions there over what's possible. Okay, so let's see. I haven't ended the turn yet. I have no idea yet if this camera turns or not. Basic cameras, if you can see if we like look right here, camera range is 11 meters, by the way, right? And if we see like this guard's vision cone, you can see right here, right, 18 meters. So anyway, the plan is, let's get to a decently forward position. Let's make sure we're hiding from the camera, though. And yeah, we're going to have you hide here. And if we need to kill the guards, we will. But for now, we are chilling, we are stealth, we are hanging out. First turn is done. And there's a source of quantum interference giving 2 security tally. So we are building up here. Turn 2. If the security system is giving you trouble, I've got another trick that might help you move more freely. Wasn't just sitting on my hands while you all prepped to drop into this biolab. I just poking around in case things got hot. Need to keep things cool at the moment. What do you have? Say the word and I can knock these laser wires and cameras offline for a bit. The code will work even if they're Megacorp security devices. So we do have some leverage in advance that we can use. We have the camera firmware patch and a tripwire down leverage that can remove security devices blocking our path. And we're not alone. Watch out. There are sure to be others. So more guards are coming in. And indeed, a core part of the game is that reinforcements can spawn, especially if you play loud. Yep, hiding behind the wall. Again, I stood there for a reason. That wall was going to block that, I knew. So we have leverage up here. So we can turn down all cameras for 3 turns. Now, one thing I'm tempted to do, though... Oh, interesting, a blue key door. Okay. There's some lab stuff here. Okay. So one thing I'm tempted to do, though, is knock down cameras later. Now, I don't see any more laser wires. This one is clearly the right play. Let's knock down the laser wires. Cool. Okay. Now, one thing to note is I want to probably knock down the cameras later, because I can run past this one no problem. Although, to be fair, these guys can make this difficult. I'm gonna have, let's see. So I'm gonna make my plan for this turn, right? So you've both ended your turns already. This camera does turn back and forth. I'm gonna expect it to turn all the way back here next turn. I think it's very, very likely. You're going to turn around, and if I wait until initiative 9 next turn, you're going to be out there, and you're going to be like out of the way for a very, very long time. However, I would like to make forward progress because I'm getting 2 tally every turn anyway, so playing slow has downsides. So the plan's going to be this. I'm going to have Aitana chill. Emille's going to come in and drop lure, and even though he's always going this way, I'm going to use this to turn him around and make him go back that way. Now that he's turned around, I can pop silence, so that I can run quietly, and that will allow me to do a couple of cheeky things. So first of all, I'm going to run over here. He won't hear me run, neither will he. And I'm going to strike him, and by striking him, he's going to look over to my side, right? He's going to look towards me. And then you're going to be stuck, so it's fine. I'm going to run over here, again, quietly, make my progress. I'm away from the camera, and I'm going to just predict the camera's not going to turn all the way over. If I'm wrong, it's going to suck, but it is what it is. Here's this guard, 250 health, fairly low armor. And strike from the shadows. Okay, good damage. Okay, so she's spotted. He's alert. And on his turn, he'll be angry. Also, if he doesn't die, he's going to report me to the Sec AI, and we're going to get more tally. For now, though, it's fine. Next up is Zasha. So Zasha can sneak up to here. No footstep noises. And then Slash Slide is your you know, typical move and attack in one attack. It's actually AoE. It'll hit more than one guard at a time. Down he goes. You cannot loot bodies. That is not in the lore of the game or the game rules. Make a little bit of forward progress. Looks like there's no new guards anywhere yet. I want to get to the terminal, so I'm going to keep walking forward like this. Someone should be grabbing this box as well. Actually, no, I should wait and see what he does. There's no rush here. You're walking forward. You can press escape to skip forward a little bit faster. So these railings will block line of sight. He's probably going to be walking toward me. I think for now, being out here is fine. This railing will block line of sight. Wrong person. I griefed. I forgot it was Aitana's turn. Shoot. That's a problem. I'm going to have to skip the box. Oh well. There's a biosignal in that cryopod ahead of you. The one hooked up to the major biotank. It's weak, but it could be. What the hell did they do to Viking? Why is he in cryo recovery? I don't know. None of the scans. Megacorps don't harvest organs from street rats one at a time. This is no organ farm. It's too small. Don't ask me how I know. There is only one surgery suite down here, and the biosignal is coming from the dedicated recovery pod. If that is Viking in the pod, he's still alive. Somebody survived whatever surgery they performed. Oh, more guys? Hidden behind the wall, though. I'm getting sound effects. There we go. There are guards everywhere. What the hell kind of cyberware is so ace you need this kind of security? Reach the terminal, at the tank, get a positive ID on Viking, and possibly extract him. Okay, well, this got a bit spicier, of course. There are some more guards here. MK Light, yeah, so light guards from McKellen, makes sense. Sure, yep, instead of regular guards, sure. Mechanically, looks like they are about identical. Again, I'm going to have to give up this box. There's no way I'm going to backtrack for this, I'm pretty sure. Aitana's out of action points, though. Her turn is over. These guys are going to start moving. Okay, you're going to stand here. Got it. You are patrolling the catwalks. Okay, I don't know if you're going to walk forward or not. You're probably going that way. Good news. You are thankfully only guarding. Okay, that makes my job a little bit easier. I really want to greed this box. I really, really, really want to greed for that box. I'm going to do it. It's stupid, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, if you're standing still, I'm not worried about you. We want to get to here. Got to kill this camera in order to kill this guy. That's doable. This lip will still give me cover as far as I know. Okay, turn 2 is complete. Camera's turn. Alright. We know you're still walking away because I lured you. We'll have the entire team wait and see what these guards do on their turn. This guy definitely going to be a little spooky. I will go for this box because I'm actually pretty sure I'm doing the right thing. Great, we get 5k. Oh, we get 6k. It's, you know, not the biggest thing you've ever seen, but it's free money. Other than losing me a turn. That guy's lured away, so I'm not worried about it. Camera just barely doesn't see his body. Yep, you are patrolling the catwalks. That's fine. You are turning back. Okay. It's going to be very annoying to deal with you then. Let the rest of the guards have their turn. You are walking up. Are you going to be blocking my exit? Not quite. Okay, cool. We can sneak by, but it's going to get tight. Okay. Yep, you're going to go investigate lure. And then, look, something happened. He's going to start hunting around. All right, so here comes spiciness. Your initiative is 16, which is very high, which scares me quite a bit. I have an HE grenade and a first aid kit. HE grenades are unsurprisingly very, very loud. If I was to run up to you, I would have no action points to spare. My SMG is not silenced, is it? My SMG does not appear silenced at all. The noise radius is 30 meters. I can run... Yeah, I basically can't find anywhere to shoot where it's not going to be loud. That is a bit of a problem. Of course, you're in a scary spot for me as well. What I'm going to end up doing is probably running over to here. Because there are no guards on this side of the map. And you're cutting, like, if I don't one-shot this guy on the same turn, he's going very, very early next turn, which means he's going to shoot back. He's going to wake up all the other guards. And they're going... Yeah, they might investigate the gunfire as well. It'll be really bad for me. So I don't want to be here. I want to be here. And I can try to sneak up on him. I think that is my best spot to be. We'll have Emille come down this way as well. We're getting some extra tally, sure. Right, 2 per turn because we're on a harder difficulty, but I think this is the best way to do it. If I wasn't stupid, I could have had... Oh, okay. Could this get any worse? Doesn't sound good. What do you have now? I'm pulling Overwatch with some street-level camera feeds. The corporate hover truck just made an unpermitted landing. They came in hot and unloaded a Spec Ops squad on top of you. Oh. Oh my. They're on their way down the elevator you came in. You're going to need a new exit plan. Working on it, sorting options. The backup plan is to reroute through that blue key door. Okay. You gotta find a key card quickly and get everyone to that door. Megacorps never make things easy. Blue key, 2 options. The captain leading the incoming kill squad is carrying one. It's registered on a door scanner as he entered the building. There's sure to be a backup one stored down here in a lockbox somewhere. Check loot lockers on this level to find a blue key, or prepare to ambush the arriving captain and steal it. Wow, okay, yeah, this is... I would argue this is definitely harder than the other starting mission. Got it, they are arriving in 2 turns. Flush the medical tank, which is probably here, right? If we click... Okay, it doesn't click, that's fine. Anyway, Zasha's turn is over. Aitana can get there as well. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Seems reasonable enough. Alrighty, let's hope Emille's going to be okay. Should be fine. If I have to use lure, I will. 2 tally, as per usual, sure. Camera goes away, that's very helpful. Guarding, not a huge deal. We can deal with that. Guarding, guarding, guarding. Okay. I would kind of like to get out before this guy gets to his location, so... Man, she runs fast. I'm going to run her all the way up here. I should actually... Okay, what I'm going to do is... stop a little short. I think I'll be safe from your vision, but I want to be in range to throw a shock mine if things get weird. So I'm going to... It's going to be out in the open, but I firmly believe I'm not in vision. We'll hope I'm right. So, yep, you're now checking out what's going on. You are heading to your checkpoint over here. Cool, yeah. This right-hand side is definitely a lot scarier. Left-hand side is pretty clear of guards. So, the only guards left to have actions are you, and you're not going to see this gunfight happen. The only scary thing is you're going to hear my footsteps. Okay, I'm going to do a short yield. Let's see if Zasha can make it into attack range. Yes, that's good. I think the plan is... Let's get into slash slide range, which means go to about here. Then I'm going to slash slide, and then... I'm going to use the power slice as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's walk here, right? If I walk here, I have 3 AP left. I'm in range for slash slide. That's good. He's going to hear footsteps. He's going to turn over. Sees me. Okay. Potential combat. Slash slide. Oh, right, I can't use a power slice because slash slide. I'm going to have you delay. You're walking this way. You shouldn't see me. If I'm wrong, it's going to be sad, but your range is just not that high. Yep, we're good. Unaware. Aitana can now come up. And, yeah, I don't get line of sight anywhere but up here. That's fine with me. You're going to walk up. I'm going to get seen as well. Sure. To be really, really safe, I'm going to go ahead and use marker sights here. Lower his evasion. I'm going to hit Iron Grip to make sure my recoil's back down to 0. And then this is pretty much a guaranteed kill. Should be really hard to fail. Shot 1. Down you go. Cool. No guards making your reports. Good news there. I'm going to have you delay down to 1. I'm going to have you yield behind. Alright, Zasha, go wake up our friend. Actually, it might require more action points to get what I want. We'll see what happens. I'm going to walk you up here. And can I click for 0 action points? Yes. I don't believe it. It is Viking. What did they do to him? What the hell? We've got to get him out of here. I'm canceling whatever neural protocol they're running and draining this tank right now. Okay, the pump is done. Viking is hurt. Hurt bad. There is no way he's coming out of that thing right now. I'm linking into the pod's steering system so you can pilot it down remotely. How is he still alive? What is that thing in his back? They've cut him to pieces. Okay, grenade transfer complete. The readings on his bioscans are stable enough. However tough he is, Viking is helpless in that thing. That's, that's so interesting. This is my first time seeing this. Yep, he's in a stretcher. Sure, yeah, he's got a hover gurney. Neato. Okay, this is entirely new for me. All right, so we need to open the blue key door. Now, there are reinforcements coming soon. There's no benefit to killing guys. There's no upside to kills. I think now is a good time for the camera leverage, because this might turn and see me, and I don't want to risk it, so here we go. Camera 1. Camera 2. Camera 3. Camera 4. Should be roughly appropriate timing. Okay, well, Zasha's turn is over. Obviously, the Cyber Knight can't move either. No remaining AP. We're going to walk up towards here. This is going to be the primary pathing. There we go. You can double-click to move, by the way. And then Emille... I don't want to run that way. That scares me. I might be able to hide from him, but let's not bother. Let's go this way. Okay. So disabled for several turns. That's good news. More quantum interference, of course. All right. I think letting the guards move is still correct here. Let's get, max info that we can. Yeah, we know you're still standing still. You're going to keep going around the corners. Sure. This is the box I need, I'm pretty sure. Already checked the other one. And you... Well, let's go ahead and let the other guards have their turns as well. Might as well. There you go. Okay, you're still doing your patrols. You have not yet found the body. Oh, you're going that way? That's kind of huge for me, actually. You're walking over, but I'm hidden. Yeah, I would not have liked going through the middle there. Please don't go too far. Okay, we're fine. Guards dodge. Now, I want to note, though, this body timer is running out this turn. So when you kill a guard in 3 to 4 turns, their timer runs out. It generates 2 security tally and will send someone to go investigate. So that's going to happen very soon. Thankfully, we're not there anymore. But someone's going to run for this location. It could be him, could be him, could be him, could be him. Could even be the guys that spawn next turn. Alright, well, we are going to simply run for the exit here. That way seems needlessly risky. Looks like that's the fastest route. Based on where you're going, this looks pretty safe. So off we go. Zasha's going on the way. Emille has silence up next turn. Am I worried about what you can see? I guess I'll go behind... No, you know what? I guess I'll go back towards these shelves, which would be a little bit safer. This should still block line of sight decently, but I'm taking a small risk. Oh, wow, it's like almost the same. I'll stand back here, which should be a little bit safer even. At worst, I'll be in cover. Should be okay. Itana can make some progress. Can I get you behind? Yeah, I'll put you behind the shelves. That'll be very safe. That should block line of sight, no problem. And then... Oh, that I don't think that's intended, that you can go up like that. That looks like it's bugged. Okay, well, we'll try to be ethical. Unless the thing actually floats. Wait, maybe it actually floats. That would actually make sense. Okay, this thing for sure floats. It skips. It doesn't care about ladders and stairs at all. Okay, that totally makes sense, actually. Okay. Don't know about that one, but don't worry about it. Oh no, they turned the cameras back on. Okay, so security escalation, because our tally filled up. They reboot all the devices, and they're sending the MK assault to intercept. Sure, that makes sense. And here comes the reinforcements. The kill squad from the street has just reached the floor on this elevator. Remember, the captain has a blue key on him. He used it to swipe into the building. If you can take him out, we can use it to escape. Or we can find that loot box. That will get us out there with less of a fight. Heading to checkpoint. You are walking up, but again, since I'm down here, this lip is blocking line of sight. He can't see through the floor. So let's see. It's one of you who got sent. So you are the McKellen lead, right? You're the captain, I assume. They still got a light guard, and then... Yeah, okay. They're both light guards, it looks like. It was you, right? Yeah, you're the special one. You're the MK Assault. So, Assault Trooper has a shotgun and heavy armor. If we don't have ways of shredding the armor, 74% damage reduction is going to be very hard to deal with. Alright, well, your visibility is such as it is. I can try to silence and get in for some good strikes. That's telling me I'm in range. That's good news. Can I jump the wall? Yes. Okay, I think being here is even better then. Quiet running, and we are there. Thank you, Vanguard tools. You're quite nice. Yeah, nothing else is really happening. We would know if there's guards around. Let's go. And he was sent, which is actually hilariously efficient. That somehow of all, like, this body timer runs out, and it's him who's sent, and so we get one guard to dodge. That is pure RNG. That is not scripted. I'm pretty sure anyway. Decent strike here. And pistols are special. Most guns cost 2 AP. Pistol specifically, you can shoot with 1 remaining action point. And so, point blank. You can't miss point blank, by the way. If the barrel's touching his chest, he's going to take at least some damage. It might not be a high damage hit if the gun is unwieldy at that range, but you are guaranteed a hit. So you're just going to keep patrolling around. You are on the way. The security AI is in your ear. We're just going to keep running this thing. I guess we'll put you behind some cover. That seems reasonable enough. Off you go. All right. Aitana is probably closest. So I'm going to have you go ahead and grab this box. A basic medical kit, some patient dossiers, and the blue key. The blue key is in hand. Our exit option just opened up. Well, that's good news. And Zasha, I guess we'll put you in cover to be safe, but we should be honestly fine. I mean, it's so funny that this guy actually got dragged away. We would have had a real fight on our hands. We could try to use lure or something, but this got a lot easier. Just from RNG. We take those. That's funny. He got... okay. Look, minor bugs. It's okay. And then you're patrolling. You're going to find the corpse. Yep. Okay. Well, guess what? Investigating. Look, there is a dead guard. Someone else got told to investigate. He actually made confirmation. So now he's going to tell everyone that he can see, hey, by the way, right, get angsty. Get angsty. Get aggressive. There's a corpse here. Things are going wrong. So fatality reported. Also quantum interference. So now Muck is being sent to intercept. He's going to be checking out his body as well. Right, so one was sent because there was a timer that ran out. Another one was sent now. Let's find Muck. Yeah, you're being sent because there's a true corpse. Like, hey, something seriously happened. Get over here and start investigating. So, should be fine. We shouldn't need to do anything special here. If I want to be safe, I can wait for him to finish up his turn. It should be fine no matter what, but we can be ultra safe and wait. So you're just patrolling. That's your preset patrol route. You're going to start investigating. And if we were hiding in this room, he would maybe find us. I'm going to keep waiting, make sure these guards just use their turn. You're still on your investigation route. You find the body. Okay, you're far enough away that I'm, like, feeling pretty good about it. So here, you can walk up here, touch this door. Looks like a good enough spot to be. Let's open the door. Yep, sure. We'll keep running this as far as we can. I guess we'll keep you behind cover just in case. Shouldn't matter too much, though. And yeah, you're going to go run. Right? Hey, there's someone who's dead here. Come help investigate. And he's going to keep going on his patrol. Yep. All right. Let's get... we can stand behind this to make sure we have a little bit of cover and not get spotted. So cover has two major bonuses. One is that, of course, if enemies are shooting at you, their accuracy gets reduced. Pretty useful overall, I'd say. The other is that if you're in cover, enemies can't see you if you haven't already been spotted and they're not already in a combat state. You can't just, like, hide people, you know, in open combat, but if you have stealth still on, you can hide. Basically. So, they're going to start doing random hunting, going to like random locations nearby, trying to find where we are, because, you know, you gotta try to figure stuff out. So he's hunting over there, no one behind that box, and of course, thankfully, we are kind of long gone. This one will hopefully make it next turn. It's going to be kind of close. I'll do what I can to try to get out. As it flies over. I think it does not run fast. But we'll leave the team kind of holding the door. No reason to evac early when we're waiting for the stretcher anyway. But if they do start running this way, we'll be in a little bit of danger, right? It'll be a little bit tight. So you're just on your patrol. We'll start skipping the turns a bit more. Yeah, Zasha is pretty much fine where she is. Keep it behind cover. Great. Where are you going? Patrolling that way as well. Okay, fine. And we'll have Emille. We'll just have you stand here inside the extraction zone. Cool. You're still patrolling. And of course, there's been no new security incidents, so there's no new instructions for the security AI. Let's start extracting. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yep, you're running towards this body now. This one ran out. We can get Aitana out, probably. I'm going to leave Zasha here for a sec, just in case we need coverage. Was a bit silly to get everyone out that fast, but can you make it? No. Okay, one more turn. Fine. Okay. You know what? I accept. Unorthodox, but it works. Alright. We can start skipping more guards' turns because we're going to be done. We'll bring Zasha out to safety, and then we'll run the medical one at the very end. It was end you here. Yep, we get a security escalation. The escalation is +1 tally per turn as a body timer ran out. Medical gurney gets there. In we go. And that should be mission complete. We've got Viking, and we made it. We are out of here. Look, Viking is going into shock soon. We need to get him medical attention. We're lucky he didn't flatline when we yanked him out of that tank conditioning. I'm inbound right now to pick Viking up, and we'll get him to a clinic. For the rest of you, I want a strict 24-hour dust-off period. Don't you dare bring a tail back to the base. Very cool first mission. I really enjoyed that. Alright, so of course we got no payment, because of course we didn't. We got some XP for actually running missions. These three got some experience. Hayes' handling stat gives us a small bonus. We gained some power level, because we successfully did a small heist at McKellen, at a black site. And we got a little bit of money from the loot that we grabbed. But yeah, the basic way the game works out, you get XP for missions, you get payment from whoever's giving you the mission. There are some missions that aren't paid, but a lot of them are, and so they'll pay you based on whatever's there. How much security level you raise will give you heat onto the team. This is a long-term negative. It's not hugely important. It does matter some. You gain power level. That is the primary game progression mechanic. Gaining power level gives you harder missions, harder enemies, more payments, unlocks higher level loot. Then otherwise, the only sort of optional money, an optional XP or whatever, is all from loot, or if your contact gives you a secondary objective for the mission itself. Off we go to the safe house. Everything's finally quiet. Somehow we got out of there alive. None of us could have predicted that. You all did well. You saved Viking. But are we in the clear? Safe? For the moment we are. This safe house is operationally secure. More secure than it has ever been. What do we do next? Someone tried to kill Viking. But they didn't try to kill him. They kidnapped him for a nearly fatal black site cyber surgery with some spinal chrome. None of us are newbies. We all know this isn't just some spinal chrome. That is a quantum rider. Remy knows cyber, and she said it was unmistakable. The hacker's right. How or why they did it, I don't know, but the operation worked. Viking may be unconscious, but the Cybernet's quantum rider is online and operational. You mean a full quantum envelope? Does it happen that fast? Viking is a Cyberknight now? This doesn't seem real. So what? Our team just got an upgrade? Street Merc crews don't just have a Cyberknight. Was he going to leave us? Let's keep cool until Viking wakes up and is back on his feet. Then he can tell us what happened. But we know that was Tosca's facility. We do know who did this. How long will it take to recover? Hard to say. We didn't have time to ask any medical staff back at the biolab. Right, we're too busy shooting at them. Someone dumped 1 million UDs of top-grade Medi-Nano into Viking to keep him alive. And whatever painkillers they hopped him up on, he is completely out. That's a complete spinal. That is as deep as you can get cut. Even that corporate stitch nano can't fix someone that fast. We've all heard stories. A Cyberknight heals faster than anyone. That the surgery changes people, remakes them. So why would Tosca do this? We've all heard the stories about Cyberknights, the things they can do. They are, actually, he is, the apex of cybernetic power. We don't know why Viking wouldn't have told me the plan. Why didn't you tell me? We all hate not knowing, but we have to stay calm right now. When Viking wakes up, then we'll get some answers. Come on, Hayes, don't pretend you don't have a theory. You're always thinking about every angle, every option. We're in this together. Alright, I'll give you my best working theory. Tosca wanted to do a job, and he couldn't find anyone else crazy enough to take it. So, after we turned him down, he dug up something. That gave him leverage over Viking, then acquired a DNA-matched Cybernight's quantum computer somehow, and blackmailed and kidnapped Viking, and then had that quantum rider surgically installed so we can make Viking do the job? See why I'm sticking to facts? It doesn't make any sense. Why do this to Viking? How did they know he was a match? Someone has to dig dirt on the Fixer. I know we are trying to keep our heads down, but we need intel, and now. We can just send a merc out in the field on legwork. These non-job tasks are field operations, such as casing a joint, following a target, investigations, and more. You need to pick our legworks carefully, as each has its own risks and rewards. Our chance of success will be based on the merc's traits, backstory, and history. Once they're committed to legwork, they will not be available for a job again until it's complete, so don't overcommit. Let's first... Actually, we can see who could do this. So Emille or Remy can both run it. Emille's better at it because she's a sleuth. So these things are tag-based. So they can, as a fallback, they will care about your class. So being a hacker can do this kind of thing. So combat classes will work, or stealth classes like Vanguard and Agent EX are viable tags as well, or actual like traits they have, such as Sleuth will give you an even higher like version here. So powerful stuff there. We're gonna back up for a sec because we want more info first. What about our base? We settled in this irradiated trash heap because it was well hidden, but now shielded by a Cyberknight, it is safe to expand our safe house beyond a merc base. Once Viking is back on his feet, we figure out why the hell he has a quantum rider in his spine. We can start to tune the quantum jamming and countermeasures to better hide this place. So time to start cleaning it out. Yep, it is our base of operations. We can clean out rooms and prepare for upgrades. All right, well, yep, legwork. Let's go figure out. We only know Tosca as a fixer who offered a job that we turned down. Need to learn more about this fixer who may be a huge threat to our team or not. Takes 10 days. We get some info, but we might be injured for 7 days if we fail the roll. All right, legwork assigned. Let's go. Need to figure out who Tosca really is or works for. The sooner the better. We've got a good starting point on the McKellen Biolab, even if it is off the books. From there, I can dig. I'll be very discreet. I don't want Viking to wake up and hear that I mess this up. You better. We already trashed their lab. We don't need to escalate this further until we know what is going on. I don't want some McKellen hit squad looking for any of us. All right. No comms in or out. We wait. Except Emille, you've got work to do. See the shooting range. All right. So let's go ahead and clean 2 rooms. Then we can advance the timeline. We can get some info from the options menu. Don't need to. So welcome to the base. It is March 13th, 2231. We've got to take some time for this to figure out. This will take 10 days here as well. We got to go ahead and clean up some rooms. They cost 9k each because we are on Chrome and things cost 1.5x. They take 7 days. Welcome to our crew. Here's Viking. He is a Dockyard smuggler, a cutthroat fighter, and has a ballistics co-processor. He's got an assault rifle and a pistol. He's got a first aid kit and an HE grenade. And he wants revenge against Bubble Mac. So, class training. Welcome to the Cyberknight class tree. Again, I have a full guide on Cyberknight builds on the channel. Oh, I can't respec an inactive character. That's fair. I guess he's injured, so that makes sense. Okay, fine. The face is here. We can start this convo. Doesn't matter who did it. Splicing something into the spine goes deep. Nothing keeps him down. He'll be back in the game before you know it. It's going to change this whole world. A Cyberknight. The game has changed. Cool. That stuff there. I'm going to go ahead and respec you. So, yep, sure. They are free for the first 10 days. So I am going to choose to go into the central tree here. Coco Spire lets you generate missions for a contact, which lets you kind of force level them up. Dealmaker is really nice. It allows you basically bonus payments and whatnot. And look, money is good, so let's get money. And I think I'm going to leave it like this and be like, look, if I get any jobs from street contacts, I get paid extra. We get paid extra again from this. And we also generate extra influence, which is how contacts functionally level up and get stronger. I'm going to leave Co-Conspire as it is. And I'm going to move up toward Puppet Master. Puppet Master says when a contact functionally levels up, take everything instead of only one option. This is incredibly strong. Yes, take everything is as good as it sounds. It is, in my opinion, the strongest face talent in the game. She has an inactive Matrix link. Because, yeah, she is a former hacker. We're going to go ahead and respec our Vanguard here as well. I think the layout here is mostly pretty good. To be honest, Lure with plus range is quite nice. I like Silence. I like Jam Kit. I'm probably going to skip Anticipation, to be honest. Or at least I might skip Anticipation. I might wait a few levels. But I think what I want to do is... because the Cyberknight has a talent like Anticipation called Look Ahead, I don't need this. So what I can do instead is invest a bit more heavily into Lure's upgrades. I'm going to get like a second charge and probably cooldown on Jam Kit. and then go and take both range and radius on lure. It means I have fewer individual talents, but it's still pretty good. As far as my soldier is concerned, I'm going to do some minor respecking here as well. I still like marker sights. I still like iron grip. I still like overwatch. What I really want to go for is savagery and recoup. This is the like primary damage combo on a soldier. But I want to make sure I have everything else squared away well first. Like I can make marker sights also give crit vulnerability. I can add a charge. I can add an AoE so it's more than one guard at once. I can also upgrade iron grip to get more charges and make me generate less recoil for the rest of the turn. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just completely beeline savagery here and try to bump the damage as fast as possible with sort of lower versions of these talents here. And then when it starts to be time for recoup, we'll say, well, give me crit chance on marker sights so that I can actually trigger recoup's crit bonus. Yes, of course, Savage does it as well, but still, that'll be the look there. For my Cybersword, similar stuff here. We're going to go ahead and retrain her. This is mostly pretty good, but I don't like Deflection Field getting bonus range, or sorry, bonus duration. No one can walk through it, which means it'll slow me down as well. And I don't really need improved Power Slice, as we saw in the previous mission. I didn't even really have access, so I'm going to respec here. We'll take Slash Slide, and I'm going to go actually all the way up to Aegis, so I can discharge some melee weapon battery and get an invulnerability for 2 turns. And then use the rest of the points here to bump Slash Slide to 9 meters radius. Or range rather, 3 meter radius. I'll grab these next turn, and then I'll start moving up towards other talents down the line. Go for Choppa, go for Whisper Kill, go for Lightfoot. Finally, the Hacker here. We go into the class training, and this is a decent setup, except that I do not think you need the extra hard shell pieces. So to me, there's 2 points wasted. We go into Packet Loss, we go into Hard Shell, we go into Overclock, and we're actually going to go ahead and rush out for Null Op early. Removing health from every ice in the node is quite nice. And then we'll go ahead and take some more benefits in Overclock here. And then, you know, flesh out Null Op, flesh out Packet Loss a bit, and go from there. So here is the squad. I can't retrain you until later on. I can't save the game because we're on Chrome difficulty, so Iron Man here. And because I want to kind of cover as much content as I can, we're going to keep playing. And we're going to keep playing until, well, for me in real life, got about 2 hours until I've got to get ready for work. So this might be a 3-hour episode. I guess we'll see. Or we get to like a very obvious natural stopping point. We'll see what happens here. Either way, we can start going forward because we are digging out the base. We've done the retraining that we wanted to do. We're on legwork, and let's go. You really scared us off, Viking. What the hell happened? Yeah, but what happened? I honestly don't remember getting shot up. Did everyone else make it? Shot up? What are you talking about? Well, I woke up in a medical ward, Hayes. Everything hurts. I'm wrapped in bandages. Clearly, a job went wrong. And what drugs am I on? My head is so weird right now. I thought you were going to tell me. You don't remember? Tosca? The rest? Tosca? The Fixer? He shot me? You better tell me straight what the hell is going on, Hayes. I'm seeing double. And you better sit down, Viking. I should have read the other options. I didn't. I have some big news. Okay, I can sit down. My head is splitting open anyway. Tell me the team is all right. What happened? Everyone is fine. We're all fine. It's you. You're the one we're worried about. You really don't remember. You had some major surgery, Viking. A new implant. Implant? Some kind of malfunctioning neural wear? Not as a nerve wiring package. This is major. Viking, you had a quantum rider spliced into your spine. The rider's active. You're a cyber knight. Well, my head doesn't hurt anymore. I still can't remember anything after February 29th at 10:08. But everything suddenly makes sense. So this was, I guess we'll double check. This was like, yeah, if it's March 13th, that means it's been exactly 2 weeks. Okay. But everything suddenly makes sense. I wasn't seeing double. I was seeing more. You're taking it surprisingly well. Part of me is flipping, Hayes, but it's a logic processor. No, my logic processor just filled in all the details. I stopped fighting it, and my head works again. I need a minute to think. The writer changes the rules of the game. Does the team know? Where did the implant come from? How was I selected? Who did the lab work? What does Tosca have to do with it? Too many questions, slow down. I don't know the answers to any of them anyway, except yes, the team knows. The team knows because they violently extracted you from an off-grid biolab that Tosca evidently operates. You were half dead, trapped in a tank. Tosca wanted to do a job, but we refused. So he kidnapped me and spliced in a quantum rider as payment for doing the job? That's the best the processor can come up with. We're all stuck on the same question. Why? You kept it a secret from me, but you were talking to Tosca. You went to beat him. Keeping secrets from you? I don't, Hayes. So you don't remember anything helpful. That leaves us with one source for an answer. Tosca. Good news is that he has been trying to reach us daily ever since we trashed his lab, so he'll be easy to find. So the team shot up a McKellen biolab. I guess you didn't technically say McKellen yet, but it's okay. Don't make that face. We were rescuing you. Who knows what would have happened if you'd come out of that surgery and Tosca whisked you away to another of his facilities under guard. We'd never have found you. We only think it was McKellen because of the systems they were using. We never dug into Tosca's background when he first offered that job. We're going to need to learn more. I sent Emille to do just that. Well played. We can trust Emille with this one. She knows this kind of work and has done... this kind of work is done far from the safe house. Are you going to leave us? Get a Quantum Rider, go for the big times, ditch your old team? What can I say? You know I don't remember any of that blitz. But that isn't me. I don't run out of my friends, ever. I don't know what kind of leverage Tosca had, but if he says my plan was to betray you, he's lying. Scan me? You built this team. You handpicked us all for good reasons, Viking. We built this team, Hayes. We handpicked these mercs. Every one of them is the right one for the job. We've got to work together if we want to survive the big leagues. Our operation budget is about to balloon. We need a heist. Once we broke out of Tosca's lab and realized what had happened, everyone had been working furiously around the clock. We all agree we're going to need major cash flow if we're going to keep this merc company alive. Thanks to Emille, we've got a heist lined up, the Mothball Op job. Emille found this one and scoped the facility out. It's a mothballed Ultratech operations site, but there should be some valuable loot still under lock and key there. It's not perfect, but it's a good way for us to cut our teeth and try out your new capabilities. Ultratech security will be present, but they're not going to be on high alert. We can dump the files, blueprints, and cubes straight into the black market for United Digitals. Should help us start upgrading some of our gear. The Mothball Op can be planned at the Command HQ. I bet Tosca has some questions, but I know he has some answers. It's true. If your memories don't come back, we're going to need to rely on Tosca's explanation. So far, he hasn't sent headhunters after us, so I assume he wants to talk more than kill us. That may be because of the Quantum Rider in my spine. How much longer can we pull him off? Or put him off? I need to get my head straight. Well, he can wait a little longer, but not too much longer. When the time is right, he owes us some answers. You can call him directly, or wait for the timeline. Alright, you're going back to bed. If you insist, my head is... need to rest. You're right. I need you sharp as a razor when it comes time to talk to Tosca. Okay. And we can of course, do Mothball Op. This convo is due in 6 days. She's on this task for 8.5. We got this mission, this sort of forward operation due in 11. We can now go check out our contacts and see who we even know. So, we know Blimmer Caldwell, the nightclub owner who worked for Ultratech, and I believe he's a friend of Hayes. Yeah, he's protective of Hayes. Hayes' life came apart, and he's felt the responsibility to help. Cool, so he is a club owner. He already sells combat drugs. He also buys armor blueprints, so pretty powerful stuff here. He does not want to run jobs if our heat is high. And he's got a tag that says, like, hey, by the way, you know, at some point, if he gets a power play, he might expand to getting combat drugs. He also pays less for missions. Stuff costs more for him. So ideally, we don't buy drugs from him because they cost more, and he pays less. So not a he's a friend, but he's not a great contact. We hate Bubble Mac thanks to Viking's backstory. Dr. Ash is our long-term doctor friend. She does medical items and can implant some basic cyber. We have Dusty here. So every hacker comes with their own gun runner. So Dusty works for Las Zagalas. He is a gun runner. He's got street guns, street weapon mods, and street military items. Fair enough. Cool. Yep. Basically standard stuff here. Also, we'll buy weapon mod blueprints. That's totally fine. Wants to kill to send a message. He actually pays more for missions, so pretty good contact to work for. We happen to know Ghoul. That's interesting. I don't even know why we know Ghoul, but cool. We have a Syndicate Blade that we know. Heartsec is an enemy of Zasha. Julio here is a friend of Zasha. He sells combat drugs as well. Cost for all services. Unfortunate. So unfortunately, everyone who sells combat drugs, though he sells better ones. He also offers medical treatment, which is kind of nice. We have Kirsa. So Kirsa is has a grudge against Hayes specifically, but doesn't necessarily hate us overall, so it's fine. We've been working for them a decent amount. And hey, can sell street military items. That's kind of cool. Although I think, doesn't Dusty also do this? Yes, but lower rank. Okay, fine. But regardless, she's a security chief, and so that comes with its own set of labor that we can buy from her. We know Mongrel because she knows Emille, but doesn't do much except for pay extra for stuff, so not a huge deal, but it's money. Origami Joe comes courtesy of, I think, always. I think no matter who you pick, Joe is a starting contact. He sells guns, but also sells armor specifically. Also, his weapons cost less, so he's actually the favorite. Also, he buys things for more, so Origami Joe is just kind of the goated gunrunner contact. Just pick him every single time. Potato is a wire ghost that comes courtesy of Emille. He pays a bit more for stuff. He buys all accounts and files. He sells Cyberdeck and Cyberdeck programs. We have Shaduk here. Shaduk comes courtesy of Aitana. He also has medical treatments. We have 3 doctors in the opening setup here. Again, also sells combat drugs. So we have a lot of sellers here. Here's Tosca, a fixer from McKellen. So sells anti-security items. That's cool. This is the first time we get this as an early game service here. Again, we've been running Firm for a while. Got to talk with them at some point, though, of course. And then Wendigo. Wendigo is a friend of Aitana. She sells combat drugs as well, sells street military items, buys armor blueprints, buys weapon mod blueprints. What else is there? Okay, so that's our contact list. And what that means is that we can buy stuff at the market. I know we're just kind of sorting by name here, but we have a mix of weapons, weapon mods, cyberdeck programs, guns, mods, cyberdeck programs, a lot of mods, more programs, a lot of stuff here. You can, of course, say, well, what about cyberdecks themselves? Yes, indeed. This, to me, if you could ever get the money, this is a worthy upgrade over your starting cyberdeck. The upgrade in action points, deck armor, IO, memory, all that stuff, really worthwhile. The various items that we can basically buy body dissolvers here. It's 19k a pop for 2 bodies, but if you want to go quietly, you saw in last mission, body timers would run out, they would go investigate, they would start patrolling around. If you want to go quickly and quietly, just pop this on all your mercs. They each get to take care of 2 bodies at 0 action points. But again, the price point's pretty gnarly there. We can buy some armor from Origami Joe. If you want better armor, we can do that. A bunch of weapon mods. We can sort them. We can filter them. Oh, only show me, you know, weapon mods for certain types of guns. We can sort by powerful. So we could buy, you know, a crew of level 2 guns that would be decent. But for now, we have no money, so we're not going to do that. All right, we can finally retrain our Cyber Knight now. So we're going to respec you. I like Security Scramble, I like Look Ahead, I like Pre-Computed, but I like going in for Interference Spike and then moving all the way up for taking Tactical Surge. And I'm going to go for Cooldown first on Tactical Surge. So look, Security Scramble is Jam Kit, it's turn off the security device. Look Ahead is Area of Effect Anticipation. Pre-Computed Advantage is give a teammate 8 initiative for this and next turn. Interference Spike is give an enemy -6 initiative and cancel Overwatch. And the Tactical Surge is give your squad 2 action points, which is as good as it sounds. All right, here is our squad, finally spec'd and ready to go. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and let time tick forward so we can get these rooms ready. And then, yeah, basically nothing else to say except we're going to get the rooms ready. All right, the rooms have been cleaned up. I want to build a nano scrubber. It costs 30k. The important thing, though, is actually it requires power as well. So I'm going to put in power wires, cost 7k. Actually, I'm a little bit light on money. So I'm going to go to my inventory. I'm going to say, hey, you know, I'm going to sell some things. I don't actually need a bunch of AT grenades. So it doesn't round or anything, but I'm going to sell AT grenade, at least one. There you go. Sell that to Joe. I have a ton of first aid kits, more than I actually need. I'm going to sell, well, I'll sell them when I need them. So I'm going to start putting power in various places, which will allow me to get my base up and running decently. Let's go ahead and talk with Tosca, and then we'll run the Mothball Op. I told you, you call Tosca, or I'll have to do it for you. I see you want your answers as badly as I do. It's going to be hard to believe whatever Tosca has to say. See if it wakes up any of your memories. I can see you want something else too, Hayes. Need to know, what were you hiding from me? Don't let them play against each other. Time to find out what I forgot. Ah, you finally returned my vids, huh? Don't know if I should be furious or happy to see you alive, Viking. Probably both. We had a deal, and then your crew of deranged mercenaries shot up my secret lab to hell and jacked you out of the med tank like you were in prison or something. We made a good deal, and then you broke it. Let's see. Let's just admit it. Okay, my team didn't know about our deal. Yeah, sure. We'll take the evasive answer. My team didn't know about our deal. Seems like a foolish decision on your part not to tell them. I don't know why you keep it a secret from Hayes, but then again, you probably don't remember either. Remember, I have all your medical records from the splicing and the recovery. Short-term amnesia is not uncommon after laying the rider's quantum filaments into your brain. Based on your brain scan before someone ripped you out of recovery, we had been worrying about your memory loss. Well, this is for the best anyway. We're all on the same level. You know we don't know, and we know that you know. What do we do next? Of course, he's got leverage on us now. He can say whatever he wants. Look, I could pretend to be pissed about your mercenary shooting up my lab and killing my security, but I do not care at all. What matters is that your heroic friends didn't kill you when they pulled you out of the tank. And by the look of this call's encryption protocols, the procedure was a success. You were legally dead for quite a while during this place. So, if our only loss is a short-term memory and some of my night shift, I think we can call this a win. So, you sliced a quantum rider into my spine. Very pragmatic. What's next? You tell us the deal we made about. This all seems awfully convenient. Go on, tell me more. All right. Well, you put a quantum rider into my spine. We're going to hear whatever else you have to say. You do something for me. I do something for you. The gold standard of our business. Sounds like you were not straight with your team, but we had a deal. I have copious evidence if you want to see it. Security camera footage, crypt chat messages. I don't really care. You're either going to do the job you promised, or I will send headhunters to come collect my property. The property being the quantum spine. Called it. I'd hate for this to end badly for you and your entire team after we shook hands and everything. Well, we can reject or say, okay, all right, tell us what the job is then. What is this deal? It's no small gig, but you've got a Cybernetics quantum rider in trade, Juan. So it is worth every penny. We're going to recover some lost property, but first we need to recover a lost person, an ex-quant from Night Horizon. The Night Horizon? They crossed some red line with the Global Corporate Council in 2227, which is 3 years ago, and had their charter revoked, right? Charter meaning they were a full corporation. And then the other megacorps of New Boston descended on them like sharks at a feeding frenzy. The 7-day siege it was messy. And then Night Horizon was no more, and all the sharks and little scavengers picked the bones clean. Our bone of interest is Vix, a quant who disappeared during the siege, but was kidnapped by the D cartel. It's been years, and they've kept Vix on a short leash, even installed a kill switch in his head. Oh, wow. Lucky for him, I think he knows some things I need to know. So we're going to give him mercy. We're going to boost Vix for me. I've made a deal with him. We boost him, get her around the kill switch, and if he can give me the intel I need, I'll get her out of New Boston. Start him somewhere fresh. That's the first step of our deal. You like the Cybernetics computer, right? Let's do this. Tell me about quants. The first Cybernetics were created in the 2100s as data couriers and to create mobile quantum compute that could be used in the field away from massive installations required for quantum computers. It wouldn't take long before enterprising splicers figured out how to make modifications and additions to the quantum riders to take it far beyond the original intention as a hardened crypto vault. And so every Cybernite is a little different. Yep, Knights and their quantum riders were sent into the Quiet Wars in the late 2100s. Corporations hooked them up with even more aggressive capabilities and counter-quantum measures. After that mess and the wave of mass desertions by Cybernetics, the Global Corporate Council outlawed their kind and created an enforcement arm to hunt them down. The GCC legally defined Quant as a human being with a clean slate quantum computer, once again only used for its data vault and quantum compute. To avoid mistakes of the past, quants are endlessly monitored, checked, and rechecked to ensure they are not being used beyond their allowed purpose. Cybernite without the teeth. Yeah, don't start feeling competitive now. You can say also Cybernite without the freedom. Quants are basically corporate property. All right, we will boost this quant for you. You mentioned a kill switch. The D-Cartel have implanted a neurotoxin injector into Vix's skull. If he tries to bolt, it'll deploy the toxin and he'll die within minutes. I've had time to study the D-Cartel method, so your team will be equipped with an Epi-X injectors. We'll stab Vix in the heart. And that's the way to save him. Once you've deployed the injector, he'll be moving again in no time. You got everything you need, Cybernite. Let's see what you can do. So the Stray Light flip is ready to be planned. Okay, that is due in 6 days and change. So one thing to be a little afraid about, although we can probably make it work anyway, is if I get damaged on this mission, I won't be able to run this because I'm pretty sure this is going to... Oh, it doesn't actually. It doesn't... Okay, cool. All right, then, yeah, we'll take the risk here. So here's the mission for Tosca. You know what? What's funny is I didn't even think about this, but I should have. So let me show you my class tree real quick. I did not take the extra corpo benefit stuff, but it turns out my Fixer friend is in fact a corpo contact. And so he's not paying me extra for the mission, other than the baseline from Dealmaker. So I'm missing out on a little bit extra money there, and I've got to spend those points relatively soon. Ultimately, though, since I want to make sure we have enough time to handle this, and I could have run this mission sooner, of course, I'm going to go ahead and start with running Mothball Op. So it's already PL4 thanks to difficulty levels. I can't afford a Matrix Snoop. I have, in fact, no money at all. Cybernite's going, Remy's going, Aitana's going, and Zasha's going. We take a drink of water, and we got to kind of respec our characters a bit. Okay, so what I need is to take Emille's Silence Pistol away, because I need that. I need a Shock Mine too, actually. Zosh is going to switch out for a Silence Pistol. There you go, you got your Silence Defensor. Still got your Slant Blade. Your HE Grenade is going to become a Shock Mine. We'll sort by gear, which makes it easy to find the 4 people. So Aitana's got a Silence Pistol. We're going to sub out the HE for a Shock Mine as well. Don't need too many first aid kits, but we've got a few. Yep, Urban Assault and a pistol. Assault Rifle and a pistol. This looks decent enough. We got a couple HE grenades in case we really need it, but realistically, we've got a decent amount of melee damage, and that's going to be good enough for me. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I don't think I want to give you a sword or anything, so this is the lineup, this is the team, and we are ready to run the Mothball Op with Silence Pistols, a sword, and some Assault Rifles. Let's go. Remember, team, we are here on our own ticket. Let's get comfortable with Vikings' new capabilities and make a bit of money while we're at it. Should be plenty of blueprints, files, and equipment here. These megacorps aren't too smart. Ultratech has loot boxes all over. We'll hit everything we can before it gets too hot. Then we make quick retreats into the shadows. Keep a close eye on our exits. We've got more than one option if things heat up, so we may need to make a break for it. Scout ahead, plot a route, keep your options open. So, when running a heist, we are a small and fast strike force. We must use stealth, speed, and firepower to our advantage. We also need to know when to leave and break for the extraction points. If Sec Tally goes high enough, the Sec AA will take a defensive action in an escalation. One such action is a call for reinforcement, which can be done multiple times, so be careful. Alrighty, so let's go get some loot. It's worth noting that Matrix hosts, in fact, have loot on them as well, so that can be really worth chasing down. And, of course, we've already got some T-Assaults, so we've got some shotgunners with high-quality armor. We would like to bypass them if at all possible. Got a box right here. Great. A box here. I want to get kind of this way, start the host, get this box, come through here, get this host, get this box, and then leave after grabbing this loot right there. We have somewhat limited tools. Ultimately, we're going to start making some progress here. I'm going to go in a couple steps at a time because I want to get info as I go. You detect guards at about 40 meters, I believe. So I want to make sure I'm not caught in too weird of a location. All right, we are chilling so far. This blocks line of sight, by the way, so I'll go on the left-hand side. Yeah, I'll go on the left-hand side. Why not? It doesn't really matter too much. All right, well, we found a new guard. There's a T-Rex over here. Sure, yep. That's fine. I'm going to have Aitana be the one who grabs the loot here. That should magnet in, be no problem. Here's our first loot box. Oh, baby, it's a good start. So we got a package dazzler. So we have a basically a taser, short-range stun. We have a smoke grenade blueprint. We already have a blueprint for a level 2 pistol. So if at some point we build a crafting station, we can start building this. We got some pretty solid stuff overall. And they added this like 3 days ago. You can actually get straight up weapon mods that are packaged up and ready to rock. This, I believe, is for a shotgun. So if I ever use a shotgun, I have a decent barrel mod for that shotgun. Already like packaged and ready to go. The team's going to go ahead and run forward here. I need Remy to make progress as well. Whole team's going to run up as best they can. Wait, that's not the fastest pathing. There's no way. Let's circumvent the game's pathing algorithm and go in a diagonal. Surely that's superior. Yeah, look how much farther we got. All right. Well, nothing too spicy on the first turn. You pretty much always get to start in cover, so there's not going to be that many dangers. I think there looks good. But yeah, there is a guard here to deal with. And the tough thing is he's going to be under a camera, so it'd be hard to kill him and keep it quiet, but we'll do what we can. This T-Assault scares me. He's just very, very tanky. And that's going to be a problem. Well, you're patrolling away. Great. We'll skip the rest of that turn because we know what you're doing already. And of course, there's some quantum interference, +2 tally, and this is going to be constant because of the quantum rider with our Cyber Knight here. A new guard walks up. Cool. Good for you. He's patrolling that way, but we're not going towards him, so it's fine. Should wait for this guard to have his turn. We also can, by the way, sneak under the camera. So we might sprint for it here. I guess we'll see. We hard to do enough damage, but we'll wait and see what happens. Let's just do a bunch of delays and see what this guard does in his turn. And it is not go very far. He's turning the wrong way. What's your initiative roll? 20. Okay. So I'm going to go for a bit of a greedy play here. I'm going to run up pretty close, but I'm going to be relying on my Cyber Knight to delay his turn to make sure that we're going to be okay. So you're going to run up under the camera, good and close. We see a couple of new guards. There's one guy sitting here. Okay, fine. Zasha's done. She, of course, does not roll high enough. Actually, wow, she rolled really poorly on initiative. I'm going to yield Viking. I'm going to have Remy run up as well. Don't want to get my footsteps heard, so let's be a little coy and stop here. But getting under the camera would be nice. It saves me having to spend action points disabling that. And, of course, no tally for triggering it. There you go. You're at 16. That's good. Aitana's going to be directly under it. That should still be fine, right? Should still be a blind spot. If I'm wrong, I'm sad. But, yep, we can cheat a little bit forward and go there. Okay. Now, Viking needs to get some info for the team. So I'm going to start by moving you here. Get you a little bit closer. Okay, so the plan is use look ahead. What is this guard going to do? This guard is, in fact, going to look my way. And his initiative is above everyone else. So clearly we can't let that ride. So you're at 20. Most of my team is not high enough to succeed at, like, making your life difficult. No, you're at 18 now. Right, because we look ahead, and look ahead is minus 2. So if I minus 6 you, you go to 12. And that is appropriate. So I'm going to interference spike. I'm going to drop you by 6 initiative. You're now at 12, so now Zasha and Remy go first. And my Cyber Knight probably does as well, though it's not guaranteed. So the whole team's going to run up here. What's your minimum initiative? Yeah, okay. We're likely pretty good here. More quantum interference, that's fine. Camera gets bypassed. You are patrolling, and it's our time to shine. So, if we wanted to hack, we could do it just barely. We would have exactly 1 AP, but have to run through the camera, and that would be kind of crappy. However, I'm still willing to risk it. Let's see how we do. So I'm going to yield Remy for now. Because if I can hack, I would like to. The real plan is getting Viking to deal some... unfortunately, he doesn't have line of sight. She's in the way, and he can't quite shoot. So I've got to move a little bit here. I don't want to be obstructed, so I'm going to go like stand here, basically. That seems fine. And now it's worth noting that we have icons down here. No one else is in gunshot radius. They can't hear it. So we can just go in and take this kill. Now, he's probably going to, get seen by the camera afterwards, and it's going to be a security, event. Actually, you know what? Let's make that not happen right away. Let's turn the camera off, and now we'll spray and pray. He's a surprise target, so I have a bonus hit chance. We have a lot of crit chance because we built for it. If we get that crit, he might die in one shot. Well, one full auto. Okay, it's a big crit. It's not quite a kill. He sees just about everybody, so now everyone's spotted. Coin flip to get the kill. Okay, missed the coin flip. That's okay. Because the important thing is, even though your turn is done, right? No one else knows anything. They're all unaware. And Zasha goes before this guy, so Remy can greed and go for the Matrix host. We have enough coverage that we're fine. So let's jack into the Matrix. Welcome to Matrix hacking. Here is the node map. We're on the terminal node. We need to load hard shell and overclock and some initial programs. So we're going to load scan, and we see that there is a passive ice here on this firewall. So let's load sleaze to deal with it. It's also worth loading deception, because we'll need to get rid of active ice, almost certainly as well. So let's go ahead and walk forward. 4 AP per action, get rid of you. Scan, we see this node. There could be traps here. SPUs can have traps, so I'm going to load disarm early. I'm going to walk over. I can't load any files. Let's scan. We see there is a trap. If you take any action, restarts the ice. It's actually not a danger. The ice has already been taken out, so we can scan again. We see our neighbors here. Go ahead and take our download. We get an epic account that we can sell for money. Cool. And then I'm going to go walk to the left here, and we're going to go deal with the data warehouse next. Data warehouse is going to have stuff to download. So there's a data lock here. There might be a trap, so we're going to have to go for a scan next turn as well. But a good start to our hacking. You are patrolling, and you're going to see where we were, but not where we are. I guess running up for the sword. Well, let's see. We're probably going to be waiting around for her to knock down these laser wires anyway. I mean, the CK could knock them down himself, but we'll see. I think you walking up for a sword swipe is fine. Let's do it. And if we get lucky, we'll knock him off of the camera vision. Probably didn't go far enough. Yeah, when that camera turns on, it's going to see him. That's going to happen for sure. Well, let's go ahead and park the team, I don't know, somewhere not under the camera, basically. It's going to turn on, you know, the end of next turn. So the U parking here is fine, right? Our plan is to go this way anyway. So no rush here. Natu's going to patrol a little bit. Nothing too scary. Aitana can grab our next loot box. We get, oh, okay, nice. We get a crafting recipe for a pretty good urban assault rifle. And some crafting materials as well. You need those in order to craft weapons in the first place, so synergistic there. Alright, turn 3 complete. So far, we're holding stealth. Alrighty. Yep, you're patrolling up and down, but nothing to see for you. Viking, camera turns on relatively soon. I'm going to delay my entire team, wait for my hacker to do his job, or her job. Zasha can wait as well. You are heading towards us. I'm glad. Oh, he found a body. Okay. Alright, gameplay has arrived. So you found a corpse, and you're going to report it to the Sec AI, which is going to cause an escalation from the tally, and have someone around the map sent to go investigate me, which is, if it's, you know, the T assault coming through here, I'll be very sad. So let's try to make him not report us. So I'm going to walk right to the edge of his vision radius. Yes, guards are nearsighted. I'm going to marker sights you for lower evasion. And I'm going to Iron Grip early, because I get extra damage as pure damage for Iron Grip, as well as I reset the exactly 2 recoil I generated. It's not a lot, but it's there. So you can see my accuracy very, very high. 15 from debuff evasion, 25 from my surprise target. Chance to crit very, very low. But hey, if it works, it works. A little bit of damage. And we get some pretty decent damage. Not quite dead, though, as we do have, you know, functionally empowered enemies. Scan, what do we have here? If you exit, relocates. Okay, not a huge deal. Gotta go ahead and knock this down, though. Let's go ahead and reload scan. And let's see. Do I want to go north or south? I want to backtrack as little as possible, so I'm going to go north and then go here. That should be less overall backtracking. So we go here. Connection use is blocked, so I have to knock this one down. We scan. Okay, well, we found where the CPU is. A node that doesn't get revealed must be a CPU. That said, I don't need to spike the CPU. There's no real meaningful upside to it, so I'm going to leave it here and say this is a dead end that I don't care about. So load sleaze, come down here. Connection use blocked. We scan. We find active ice here. Okay, damage to connection on any action. Deception U. We scan and we find, here's all the security devices. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to take down security tally on any action. I'm going to take down blocking the controls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going to knock down all 6. I don't really care about figuring out which one's which. We're just going to kill them all. It'll be useful. I'm just going to skip the animation. And suddenly, it's a lot easier to get around the map. So that's that done. And this opens the big blue gate in the middle, which I actually don't want to get rid of. So success. We got downloads here and here. We turned off some security devices. Good stuff overall. Your turn is done. This camera turns on next turn. I have no way around that. It's just going to happen to me. But at least there's a lot of devices turned off, so we can, you know, make a lot of progress around the map, which is good. These are off. They're down for 6 turns. We'll see if they stay down for long enough. I'm going to put you here to get this kill. You're hunted, not spotted, so if I can... Basically, your stealth state slowly degrades over time, right? She was spotted recently. She was spotted just now by fighting him. But these ones degraded to hunting, or to hunted, because of the kill they got earlier. It was long enough ago, and no one else has any visual confirmation, and so... Down you go. Nice crit. Thank you very much. Let's go make our forward progress. So there are no security events at all. That said, when the camera turns on, it will eventually report me. It'll report the body, I guess, specifically. We can have Zasha grab this box and make forward progress. We'll turn these off as we can. Oh, baby, what we got? So we got some money. We got a prepackaged smoke grenade. We got a level 2 decent melee weapon. This is, you know, a worthy craft as well. We got more crafting mats. We got some files. We got money and more crafting mats. That's great. Considering, again, no one is paying us for the mission, getting some actual cash is very useful. All right, we run by and see even more new guards. We've got another T assault here. That's going to be annoying. He's tanky. 2 tally as per usual. Body timer's running out soon. Camera's turning on and seeing bodies happening. Not much happening. Yeah, not for you anyway. Yeah, camera saw both Aitana and the body. And so guards will be sent to run here, which means these guys are going to run right here, and these guys are going to run right here. Whichever ones get grabbed, right? So, I don't mind triggering the camera again. It's not a big deal, because... okay, I just have to make sure your initiative is not trash. That should be okay, though. So it's another tally event. So it's now going to be 3 separate guards sent to investigate this. Right, 1 for the body and 1 for each merc. You're just kind of patrolling still. You don't know anything yet until the AI tells you otherwise. I should heal to make sure these guards don't do anything spicy. Aitana should reload at some point, but I'm not in a rush. Actually, no, I should still wait in case they do something spicy. Okay, you're patrolling up to the wall. That's fine. You are patrolling around, protecting your box. Zasha's going to hang out against this wall here. We'll all break through the laser wires together when we can. Sadly not controlled by this host. But she should be relatively safe there. This might just barely get line of sight, so I'm potentially a little afraid, but I think it'll be okay. I'm going to hide you behind this cover. Right-hand side. Similar for Aitana here. We'll make sure she's mostly behind that cover. Or here. Right, that would also work. I think, yeah, we'll put you there. That seems fine. Okay. Turn 5 complete. Orders received. Security escalation. What's the escalation? It is body timers. So this guy we killed, he's going to have his timer run out really quickly as well. The 2 assaults and the T-Rex were sent. That is scary. So, as you now count as suspicious, you were sent to investigate, and you're going next. Oh, shoot. He's going to walk up. He will for sure see Remy by the end of the turn. We have no way around this one. It's going to happen. Okay. So, you're going to be sent. I'm going to be flanked. You were sent. I will also be flanked. And then you were sent, but you're far away. You're going to get to, like, here. Okay, we have a fight in our hands. These guys are both going to be in this area. So, Zasha, save your action points. We've got to fight. Here you go. You see me. You were out of action points at the time. He's going to get woken up. He's out of action points, though, as well. Okay. So, we have 2 guards in a combat state. Thankfully far away. He's going to come up. He's not going to quite reach me. Oh, yep. Yeah. We have cover. That was on purpose. It's fine. He gets woken up a little bit because he was told by the Sec AI to be scared. Thankfully, Tactical Surge lines up on this turn. That is fortunate. I didn't plan that, but it happened. You're going to keep running, but you're... Oh, I'm so fortunate. Your initiative is 10. Which means you're not going early. I want to make sure I run out of your vision cone. Actually, yeah. I need to walk out of your vision cone. Which means take 1 step this way. Actually, I can run that step and it's going to be fine. So guards don't have, like, basically if they only see you for a quarter second, they don't make full confirmation. So there we go. This is already combat. And I think realistically, I should try to use the assault rifle. It'll be loud and guards will come to investigate at some point. But I need maximum damage. So we're going to go assault rifle. We're going to walk out into vision. And if I shoot, the full autocone catches them both. Now again, it's going to make noise. These guys are going to hear the gunfire, and they're going to report me to the sec AI. It's going to be very sad. I'll be very upset about it. It is what it is. But we have to get this damage here. And we need to get the armor shredded if at all possible. Wow, we high rolled. Okay. So we hit this guy, like, probably only once or twice. Our chance at shredding is only 20%. So we had roughly a 40% chance to shred if we did hit twice. It thankfully worked, but that is really fortunate. Now the nice thing is also, let's reload. And then I'll shoot for my 1 action point. And then I'm going to try to kill you because it's hard for everyone else to reach. Nah, let's go for the higher accuracy shot. Okay, we missed anyway. Anyway, yeah, so we shredded the armor. They heard gunfire once. They're going to report me. Now, the question is, can I be greedy? I have to go really, really far to have other people not hear the gunfire. I think realistically the play is no. I do want to walk a bit closer, though, because I want you to not be outside my max range or optimal range. Yeah, you're going at 10, so you're going late next turn. So, Urban Assault Rifle, full auto, decent damage. Let's go. Definitely decent damage. More gunfire reported. But we can at least kill you. Well, eventually. I mean, this guy is going to absolutely be able to walk up and see me. So can I get somewhere a little bit safer? I'm going to try to walk back behind this pillar. That's not going to block anything. Alright, well, the play is just shoot twice. Right now I have a lot of recoil, but after the first shot, you get a buff called Focused Fire. Where, okay, you're just a goat. Alright, good job. Viking's in an awkward spot, unfortunately, but his initiative is still better, so it's fine. And let's see, the plan is if you're going at 10, I want to hide from you and ambush you. So I'm going to put the entire team behind cover, basically. Come on. Go here. Thank you. That should allow a pretty high quality ambush. Let's go and reload the pistol. And I think we're going to spend this turn doing just about nothing. Yeah, we're going to let this guy walk up. Absolutely. Zasha, same thing. We're going to let this guy walk up. He's going to be too hard to kill otherwise. Got to make sure Viking gets safe. That's going to be no problem, though. You're patrolling around. It's fine. You're patrolling around as well. Haitana will go there. Viking will hide behind the pillar. And we know you're coming, so bring it. Yep. He found this corpse earlier, I think, if I recall correctly. Okay, well, how to get this kill appropriately? Well, I want to shred his armor, which is going to be a little bit difficult. I think all we can really do is be like, hey, you got us. Loud assault rifle again. It is what it is. Actually, wait, no. Can I... Our steps can be too loud. So, unfortunately, Remy is too close. He will hear her footsteps. And I'm not willing to, like, hope we can sneak away from that one. I don't have any way of deafening him or silencing her footsteps, so we've got to go for combat here. I think it's just go loud. I don't love it, but I think it's the play. We're not shredding, unfortunately, which is too bad. This is very slow progress as a result. Let's try again to shred. He's just the best, dude. He just can't miss. Alright, well, let's stay within 6 meters. Oh, yeah, it's easily 6 meters. Which gives me a guaranteed glancing hit from range. Good damage. And that means... I could be worried about you guys. You're at 14. I think I'm allowed to go ahead and start going for the hack. So I'm going to have Remy knock the laser wire down. And then start running for... I guess being down here is relatively safe. Could hug the wall, maybe? Nah, I'm going to risk it and stand around here. I think that should be fine. It's a risk, but I think I'll be okay. This guy did hear a lot of gunfire, though. Actually, one thing I should have done... Oh, we need to get this kill. Okay, pistol. That should be fine. I have 3 chances to get 70%. Surely I succeed. There we go. Alright, well, we have a lot of tally coming in from gunfire noises. I'm going to hide you back here, which seems fine. Reload with my spare action point, because why not? And we're good. And of course. So we are going to get a lot of guards sent over due to all the gunfire. Camera sees a lot of people. It turned over and saw us. That one turned on and found a body, looks like. Or something like that. Alright, so reinforcements are a T Firecom, full auto urban assault. We've got a T Captain who's now upgraded because he's power level 4. And another T Firecom. This is a very high quality group of enemies. Now they're going to go to where they heard gunfire, which is here and here. And maybe a body or something. They're going to run this way. So we're going to bypass them and get out from under their movements. Viking should check to see what any of these guards might be doing. I want to get out if I can, of course. So I'm going to start by going 2 steps up this way. I'm going to look ahead to check into these guards' minds and be like, yep, they are heading towards that. That makes total sense. Aitana is going soon, but is going after NATO. So I'm going to go pre-computed and make her go earlier. And then for the Cyber Knight, this camera's going to be a problem. The camera already saw one person. It's going to report me next turn. Where is the appropriate spot to stand and hide to make sure that we are not getting overwhelmed too quickly? This very much will be very scary if they are sent my way. And, I mean, they are being sent my way. I can, like, try to get around through here to bypass. It's going to be kind of tight. I think legit standing there is fine. But, let me think. What else is needed? What else is important? Need to reload the AR, but I can't do it yet. Here should be safe based on guard movements. It might just be that. It might just be, like, I'm going to stand there. But I also care about this camera. I can't stand here. That's too risky, but this should be fine. This should not be in line of sight. I think I just have to stand there anyway, because nothing else is safe. There's no other choices to make, really. Aitana can... Yeah, her footsteps are really loud. She clomps. I'm going to have to duck for part of this movement. So if I'm going to go to there, that part will be quiet. If I run across, I get hurt, I think. Yep. Well, the plan is just sneak across, basically. And because I know pretty much everything, we should be totally fine to be where we are. Off you go. Ooh, you almost saw me. Okay, I didn't think about that. No, actually, the wall would have been in the way. Alright, Remy. Have fun getting spotted by everything. It's a lot of security tally, but I can't get around it. And I'm choosing to be greedy with loot. Alright. So now... oh, our talents are back from cooldown already. I didn't realize it took that long. Okay. Hard shell, overclock, load some stuff, walk forward. We get 5 tally per action. No big deal. Let's walk forward. We've got a chance at a trap there, so I'll load it. Tally any action. Get rid of you. We scan. Okay. Program loading might not matter. Do I care about the security devices? That camera matters. That matters. That doesn't. That doesn't. That doesn't. Okay. The first 2 kind of matter. Do I want to knock them down that badly? Yeah, sure. Well, you know what? No. I don't think it matters. We're going to go ahead and move forward instead. Go here. Sleaze. 2 action points. No AP to scan with. We're done. We're done for now. We'll load new programs next turn. And then we'll keep making progress. You're investigating that way as well. And we are chilling. He'll keep moving. Yep. Okay, now he's on a hunt. So he could turn around next turn, which is scary. You're patrolling. Okay. Zasha has very little to do. I don't think these kills are important. I don't know why I would bother with them. I just want to make sure that she's somewhere she can jump out and fight if needed. Yeah, we're just going to put you here, and you can jump out and fight if needed. Good enough. Let's have you end your turn. The captain is following the security AI, which means running up this way. We are under the ground here, so you can't see us. You are just on patrol. Okay. Orders received. Okay, he's going to be sent towards... Yeah, the fire comms are being sent now towards the new security escalation. Okay. So they are going to be sent to right here. I don't know if they're going left or right, but they are going to move. They're going to get to around here on the turn. That's actually going to get really delicate and really spicy. This could be quite bad. This can definitely get pretty scary. So for now, I'm going to put you here. We should be hidden from all the guard moves. You should be pretty much invisible. The Viking should do something similar. If I put you here, you should be very safe. Should be hard to see for a while. This guy will bypass you. These guys won't hit you on their patrols. I will also... Could have done this earlier. Should have, but didn't. Actually, you are heading... Oh, you're heading that way. Oh, that's huge. You're going over there. Okay, what about the other guy, though? Where... And I'll put one here so I can get new guards info also. You are headed that... Okay, shoot. You are headed the scary way. You're going to be heading through us to hit this pressure sensor. Okay, well, at least one of you is hiding, so... or going the wrong way, so... There's only one to deal with. That's a little bit sort of handleable. I think you standing here is fine. He's going to walk up, right? He's going to walk to here, and it's like... He'll stop there, and I'll be fine. You are hunting, thankfully not going the right way. You're going to walk up. And then, yeah, you ran towards where the gunfire was, and now you're hunting. Alright, you are on the way. You're going to stop at the top there, roughly. Yep, okay, you're there. You're going that way, though. So you're out of the way, which is good. Definitely need the captain to leave as well, so Aitana can chill. Please go away. Thank you very much. Good enough. Alright. They'll hear gunfire if there's gunfire. But otherwise, we're going to be alright. We scanned. We see there's active ice. I will always need scan. Get rid of you. Alright, downloads up here. Sure. Scan for the downloads. If you download, get bent. Got it. Get our accounts. Plenty of action points remaining. Come down here. Connection, any action. Okay, fine. More downloads. Cool. Scan. What do we have? Get rid of you, because you popped up. That ice specifically has ongoing tally, so... want to get rid of that. We've got active ice there to deal with, but it's 5 per action on this node. Let's go here first. There we go. That's less. Active ice there. Come down. Drop you. Okay. CPU there. Don't need to kill it, though. Let's come down farther. Drop you. Load scan. Can't scan, but there's probably downloads here, and then we're done. Alright. No problem. Cool. You're going on 12, which is not too scary for me. I'm going to yield, though, and have Zasha start. Zasha has the best chance at shredding armor here. And ultimately, I'm not going to burn Slash Slide because... There we go. That's going to put me in range. Let's just make sure. Let's go there. Tells me I'm in range. Should be fine. Yeah, I'm not going to burn Slash Slide because I would want to use Power Slice. Because Power Slice gives some flat pure damage on top. And we managed to, like, slightly sneak past. So here we go. Power Slice, pure damage. Let's go. Oh, and she's shredded. That's huge. Chance at shred on this gun, or melee, is 30%. This is basically the only way to silently shred armor reliably. And it gets better from here. So absolutely massive high roll. Huge deal. And that's why we did the ordering the way we did. You're not going to shoot these guys. That would be stupid. You're going to come up here, though. See, what's the minimum optimal range here on the pistol? 4 meters. Okay. I'm putting you here because you can shoot the pistol with 1 AP remaining. And that allows me to shoot 1. And then shoot 2. And get that little bit of extra forward progress. I actually popped Savagery now. So I've got crit chance and ballistic a ton of extra damage for this and the next turn. So if there is combat, should be good at it. Viking really should reload his guns now. And remember, we still have to protect our hacker who has to finish downloads and start getting out. Because we triggered a bunch of stuff here, almost certainly the AI will redirect somebody this way. We're also going to get a new escalation, which might be reinforcements again. Looks like it's not. It is going to be body timers. We're going to get a lot more tallies soon from the guards we just killed. I didn't see anyone get moved, but he is hunting. Oh, he's going to see me? No, he's not. Oh, he doesn't go upstairs. Okay. That guy is a captain. He is very tanky. He is going to be very annoying to deal with. I would like to not have to deal with that. You are hunting back around. Didn't find me. I'm going to keep waiting. Get info from the guards. Moving around. Zasha, keep waiting. They're unfortunately all in really inopportune spots for me, which is very unfortunate. Alright, final scan. Passive, likely a trap there as well. Scan for it. What do we have? On exit. Okay, no big deal. Downloads complete. We looted the Matrix host. We got our downloads from our 3 spots. Did not go for security devices. I think it's fine not to have. I want to just get out. The guards are already nearby. I forgot to grab the loot box here. I should do that. We have enough going on that we're going to greed for this. We get a smoke grenade blueprint. We get another dazzler. We get some files. Overall, pretty useful, I would say. She's still kind of caught in a weird spot. So the thing now is initiatives are weird, sort of. Okay, he won't get seen for real. This will be fine. He can like lurch up there and it's gonna be okay. Because it'll be too like slight of a spot. I'm gonna put the team all up here to try to separate the guards a bit more. Nice, we got an itemized shock mine and a armor repair. Yeah, you are a clomper. Gotta get to about here to be 11 meters away. There we go. Well, you clomped up to there. I'm gonna have you get around the corner, which should be very safe, and have you reload your assault rifle. Looks good. And then Zasha. Don't have a lot of time left. I'm gonna have you sprint over and get ready to grab this loot. This is going to trigger, you know, they're all going to turn on next turn, unfortunately, but is what it is. I'm not worried about this guy turning around. I think it's very unlikely, though it is possible. Get a bit of tally. A guard is missing. Someone's going to go investigate that, probably, possibly. Devices turn on. Okay, you're running away. That's good. I'm going to have you wait. You are coming closer. That's not good. You are going away. That's good. Itana can wait. You're just kind of chilling. Alright, Remy's got to make some progress. Behind this bench, maybe. Triggering all these devices is going to be bad, but not much else I can do. This might not even count as cover. It legit probably doesn't count as cover, actually. Can I / should I turn off any devices here? I think the play is going to be get here and then end turn for the take cover bonus for a bit of cover and initiative. And we're just going to trigger some devices. It's going to be an escalation. There's not a great way around that one. Actually, no, what I could do is I can packet loss this. Actually, no, it was wrong. Well, okay, no, okay. We're going back and forth, but I think I have a plan. So we packet loss that. We get to right here, and we stop. So that is no tally on this turn. Which means no escalations, and no new info for the guards. Zasha is going to similarly just do nothing and wait. We're going to go to the edge of vision here. This guy's very far away. I'm not worried about it. You're going to also trigger nothing and end your turn. Viking is fine where he is. I'm going to make sure he actually comes back a step so that he can tactical surge and buff everybody here. So we can get Remy to safety early. In fact, I could have... whatever. We're going to escalate next turn no matter what, so it doesn't matter what we do. The point is going to be tactical surge. I'm going to have you end your turn. Bank a ton of initiative. Have Itana reload the pistol. Also bank initiative. Still rolled low, though. interference, but no other devices. That's good. And it's time for Tactical Surge, and it's time to get this team to run around the map the best we can. So we can let NATO move. I think we should be fine. Where are you headed? You're going away? I love that. Thank you. We're going to escalate anyway, so who cares? Zosh is going to go grab some loot. Another Urban Assault blueprint and more crafting materials. You're going to go ahead and re-trigger this. I guess we'll wait. I should have... whatever. Let's wait. Darn, you're in an awkward spot for me. You're in a really awkward spot for me. Yep, you're going to spot me. That's just no way around that one. Okay, so I'm just going to run past you and not care. So this is like a little foolish, but what I have is pre-computed as backup, and Remy's going to go sprint across the map. So you are for sure going to make contact. You are going to absolutely know. There is no doubt in my mind you're going to know she's here. Whee! Oh, no way. It actually was light enough because this block line of sight and that block line of sight. He's going to investigate this. That's wild. Okay, you know, guard vision, a little generous sometimes. But it is the game rules. I'm going to run you to here. Remy's already first in line. Great. We got all the hosts. We got all the lockboxes. We can extract the team. And our heist was successful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. And so Remy is going to get out, and we are good to go. Victory. We're on the way out now. Time to count up what we were able to steal. Got some sorting and tagging to do here, but in the meantime, well done. That went as well as it could have. Okay. I don't think that Ultratech Clinic, don't think Ultratech really had any idea what hit them. The flow of hard currency, the lifeblood of the new Boston zone. We can review stuff in the market and the cold storage. Remy levels up and is named Magpie. Again, no one sent us the mission, so no money here. But we do get some XP, which means our squad starts to level up, which is kind of nice. We get a bit of power level. We gain some solid XP. And so yeah, from looting all the lockboxes, we got a ton of blueprints and stuff, as well as a couple itemized like stunners and a shotgun barrel. And from the Matrix, we got quite a few downloads for files and accounts. So we don't have a ton of pure money here, of course. But the nice thing is, if we can get the 30K, we can build the nano scrubber up. Also, might want to go here and bump the command HQ. Well, let's go and check out what we've got here at the cold storage. So we cannot mint any file sets yet. We'll talk about this later. Well, yeah. Basically, when you get files, they can be minted into file sets. It is cost efficient to do so. They are worth more money. Once you do that, you go to the files itself. You uncheck that they're used by a set, and you show anything that is able to be sold individually, no problem at all. And so, hey, nice thing is Bimmer pays extra, so great. We've got this thing, which we can sell as well. Great. Individual files like this, if there's money, nothing special. If it is a minted file set, you will see in the description here that it also gives influence. You want to give those to your favorite contacts. We have some blueprints now that we can sell. Smoke grenades, we're not going to build a item crafting bench for a very, very long time, so we're going to sell them right away. As far as this pistol or the melee or the urban assault rifle, I'm really tempted to sell these pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and see what we actually need money-wise first. Let's go start the nano scrubber. Nano scrubber is the third resource, power, cooling, and nano scrubbing to construct rooms with. So similarly here, I want to build a field op center, which requires nano scrubbing, also requires cryogenic cooling. But what I want to do though actually is put in some power here on the command HQ. Which will allow me, with the upgrade, to do 3 tasks at once instead of 2. So I can get more upgrades all at the same time. To me, that is worth it, and a very good start to the playthrough. I have very little I can spend money on, except that I can start buying like weapon mods and stuff. I don't really want these SMGs. I think they're going to be fairly low value. I've got 4 pistols and 2 SMGs. I'm going to sell actually one of the pistols. I don't need 5 pistols ever. So Joe's going to buy this. I'm going to sell some of these random... first aid kits. I just have too many. So I'm going to sell most of these. I'm going to sell most of my AT grenades. I'm going to sell the armor patching kit. I'll never run it on a mission, to be honest. Smokes are great. SMGs are fine. Yeah, so here is the shotgun barrel, which adds some bonus range, which is nice. It's useful. But now I have some money. So I can go to the market and say, hey, show me powerful and rare weapons. I need another 19, or I need another 21k to buy the Street Dragon. I would like to, but I need a lot of money for it. Another option is buying the Secure Shot pistol. It's less expensive and is a nice damage upgrade as well. I could also buy a better melee weapon. If we compare the Slant Blade to the Sling Blade, it's 88k, but you get some pure damage on top, which is a decent damage increase. Ultimately, I think the play is going to be, because my money is tight, I'm going to buy weapon mods instead. And what I'm going to buy is, I'm going to buy several pistol optics for accuracy and max range. This will make my pistol gameplay a lot nicer. I'm going to basically break the bank here and say, Joe, sell me 3 of them. And that allows me to mod out most of my characters. Ultimately, I cannot guarantee that I can run this mission in time. I could wait for some time and let Emille finish her task. I think that's feeling pretty good. Let me check. Is there hacking here? Looks like there is no hacking here at all, which means I would like if Emille could run this mission. So I'm going to let time tick forward for a bit, and we'll see how this legwork went. Emille has returned in a hurry. I went digging, it was looking good, but then some McKellen agents came after me. So we weren't wrong about that. Tosca was using a black site biolab. Well, his connection runs deeper than that. Tosca is a corporate VP in one of McKellen's many biomedical divisions. Of course, corporate VPs would have their own private black labs. Who's surprised? Wasn't able to find anything else about the lab, but once I had found his public identity, I pulled a lot of corp records and caught up on the rumors. Tosca's division nearly failed a few years ago. It was on the verge of being shut down. The division covers a tough segment: cybernetic implants for humans working in industrial and fab environments. In 2219, they released a cybernetic skeletal upgrade called Heavy Lift and sold it hard to their own McKellen blue card workers. At the time, there was pressure to pay for a Heavy Lift system or lose your blue card, which is everything: your citizenship, your job, your benefits. Things went well for a bit. Heavy Lift had a major deployed Ultratech and was close to closing a UNA contract. But then the dam broke. They had been repressing and bribing Heavy Lift users who were having all sorts of issues. Heavy Lift was breaking limbs, had outright killed a few people, and hundreds of cases came out where faulty hardware caused permanent damage to connective tissue. Some users needed full body joint replacement. How many corporate shining stars are built on lies and cover-ups? All of them. You can imagine McKellen's earliest move would have been to nuke the division and end Tosca's career. But somehow, something else happened. Tosca is still running shop. In fact, he moved up the food chain. Yeah, the division made a very unexpected pivot. They went from cybernetics to a surprise release of a hit biomedical treatment called V-Ups. It completely outclassed Heavy Lift and even provided systems for bioprotection in radioactive environments. A win-win for orbital construction. It was big enough to push Heavy Lift out of the conversation, and the UNA contract doubled in size and signed with V-Ups instead. And so the Megacorp forgot the failure and embraced the success. But something about it is too good to be true. A lot of McKellen's competitors said so. There were claims of corporate espionage, but no one could produce any evidence that V-Ups was their technology. The underground biomodding community loves it. They say V-Ups is a truly unique piece of biocoding. And from the rumor mill, it sounds like V-Ups had quietly gained a few hush-hush milsec contracts as well. Perhaps they've modified it for military use. Good work, Emille. At least we have gotten a look behind the curtain and know who this Vanguard, well, okay, who this corporate VP really is. They'll fix that bug at some point. So it's what Tosca is lining. That's what Tosca's lining up to do: steal more biotech, keep the division alive. Of course, now he is a corporate VP. That makes sense. Emille gained some XP for this, which is kind of nice. A bunch of the squad is level 2. Let's go spend points here. So the soldier upgrades, and I'm thinking let's keep investing in savagery. We'll then go into a mix of recoup and iron grip. Getting a bunch of less recoil gen during iron grip is great. Getting a bunch of action points during recoup, unsurprisingly, also great. That'll be kind of next in the list. Cybersword levels up, and we get to get even more slash slides at an even larger range. Then we'll start moving on, probably toward Choppa, and then again, Whisper Kill and Lightfoot should be decent. Emille, of course, is currently under-equipped, not a big surprise there. I'm going to save my equipment loadouts. Actually, wait, we need to put our optics on. So this is going to be... So S for silenced, and this is the AR pistol loadout. Great. And I think first aid HE is fine. Nah, let's actually, it's fine. We have you. We're going to save this loadout, and it's silenced UAR pistol. Great. We have our Cybersword, who's not going to run this modded. We're going to save this as silenced sword pistol. And we have our hacker, who's going to run basically this as well. And we have a silenced UAR pistol too. Alright, those are our loadouts there, so we can freely move people around as needed. Worth noting, again, Emille is good at melee. She has bonus move speed, which means getting into range for the slant blade is good. Just don't give her a sniper rifle. We'll probably be doing that at some point in time. That, or just, you know, being a soldier functionally. She's not quite leveled up, but these two have. Magpie's on the way. Let's see, so what are the current plans? Yeah, Face isn't leveled up yet, that's fine. What are the current plans I'm trying to go for here? So, we've got tasks already going. We don't want to run the hacker on the mission because this isn't a hacking mission. So the plan is going to be to prep this one. Looks like combat is required here, by the way, which is going to be scary. We're going to get a assault rifle optic as a nice secondary requirement. That's kind of cool. We can get bonus XP if we do it quietly. Good luck with that one. Task, of course, is indeed a corporate VP. We could try to cash in a favor with someone, with Dusty or Wendigo, and that would let us cancel reinforcements for 2 turns if reinforcements were going to be the escalation choice. Maybe, not sure. Emille's going to run this. We're going to swap your loadout in for the second urban assault setup. So this will be the squad running the next mission. I'm excited. I'll be playing it, I guess, tonight after work, and yeah, it'll be Tuesday morning's episode. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.